Do you have any advice for people looking to start a family? They want to get into the fire service, they're so excited, they're ready, but don't know how they're going to go about navigating a family. Any words of advice for those particular candidates?
When I entered the fire service in my early 20s, you know, having a family was so far off. I didn't think to look ahead at MOUs to see what sort of pregnancy policies there are, lactation policies if they exist. I know in smaller departments like mine, I think departments rely on what the law is regarding lactation, FMLA, California Family Rights Act, time off things. But I think that departments now are really trying to recruit women, and I think part of that and part of departments showing that they're ready to have women work for them are to have adequate and transparent pregnancy policies, maternity policies. Outside the policy stuff, I would say it's very possible to have a family and do this job. I think our shift work, though it might seem like, wow, you work 48-hour shifts and that's 10 whole days a month that you're away from home. But then, the opposite of that is I've got 4 days in a row or however many days off in a row that you have to be a stay-at-home parent with your kiddo. My son has never known any different, but it's really lovely to, at this point, walk him to school and be there to pick him up. And then when it's time for mom to go to work, give him big hugs and I love you so much, son. I love you. I will be back in a couple days. And he's no worse for the wear. He knows that mom loves her job and loves that his mom's a firefighter and tells people, and it's really sweet. So my advice would be to look at policies and especially how departments are treating their pregnant firefighters and lactating ones, and also that, yes, go, do it. Have a family, be a firefighter. It's the best. It's the best.
I think build a village. Yeah. I think I think when you have kiddos, regardless, have that support network. Show up for other, when you don't have kiddos, show up for the people who do have kiddos and stay there for date night, for, let the people have date night and stuff like that. But it's also, I wouldn't be able to do this job, nor my wife, since we have the same one, if we didn't have that village. Mm-hmm. We're fortunate that, our my mom lives nearby and Kim's parents are nearby as well, but also other moms and dads and all these people we work with. I know I've had old company officers, we all live local-ish, and it's like, hey, I got mandoed, can you pick Lou up today? And yes, having those things with your kiddos as a parent, there's certain things they can and cannot do, but be realistic as it. Let some stuff go. They're gonna have a good time with grandma and grandpa or whatever, but they're have your hard nose, whatever those are, but build a village and show for people when they need it as well. It's a give and take, be that mom that picks up a carpool because you can do it 4 days a week. And I think that as a society, we've become more and more just kind of boxed. Just be more, hey, minivan it. We all say we're a fire family. It's okay, well then how are you showing up for the fire family? Yeah. Are you picking up, that mandatory shift for that person who just had a new baby? And are you helping build those policies, even though your kids are growing up or you're not gonna have kids?
As a shout out to my own mom who died when I was 21, she used to say this thing I never really got when we were young, and she said, in life, when it's hard, or when you want to have fun, or when you just need to sit and talk, find your sisters. So I think in that community, I'm going to add that, and in the fire community, I've been able to find my sisters. I'm in a department that's large, and there are a lot of us, and I think sometimes just this, sitting around, I've learned so much about you guys, just listening to this, and so much of it I connect with, and others it's really different than my situation, but that makes me feel included, right? That makes me be oh, I know this lady, cha, and that, find your sisters, that's how I would say, yeah.
I would say have that conversation with your partner. Like I said earlier, pick a good partner. Have those conversations early. And they may be hard conversations. They may be determining factors of, is this person the right person for me? And you have to really make that choice because a child is a commitment, or children are commitments. Decide, map. I'm a goal-oriented person, so I would say map it out. Have your goal set. Say, I want to have kids by this time, and it may not be that time. Your body may not be ready. Like I said, stress is a factor. All these indicating factors, or how you foresee your career But don't lose sight of your values of who the person you picked, your village, because that's important. I didn't really have that much of a village, so that is another stress component that I thought was going to happen. Like, people said they're going to show up, but they didn't show up, so I had to figure it out. And I mean, maybe that's why I'm a better firefighter now, you know, because I problem solve. I figured out, like, I had issues being here today, but I made it happen, you know. And I also had a village here that was willing, you know, so like, just be okay with asking for help. That's another thing. So there's a lot of things that you really need to sit down and think about. How does it look to have a family? How many do you want to have? Do you have a village? Is your department supportive of certain things, whatever that may look like? And maybe we can inspire other departments watching this to start looking at those things. Don't be afraid to start a family. It's the most rewarding thing that I have ever decided to do. And being not only that, being a firefighter, and then just the dynamic of raising my kids in that environment, I'm going to miss a birthday, but I'm going to celebrate on another day. Like, there are going to be ways that you'll figure it out, and just know it's okay. It's going to be hard. You're going to hit those bumps in the road, whether it's in your career, in your life, your partner, your kids, but you'll adapt and overcome, and just have faith and just remain steadfast and strong and just have that core. That's what I would say.
Yeah, something to tag on. Something that was really cool and unexpected is not really my interaction with my kiddo. I mean, he is fantastic and tiny tornado and all that, but it's just to see how he is with my wife. She is the cool parent, and she's the parent that lets the kid use the chop saw. I am the parent that always looks down when he gets on a skateboard thinking he's gonna knock out all his teeth, but just seeing how she is an incredible parent, and just seeing that portion of it, things that you don't expect. And I think that's the really cool thing about parenthood. Like, yeah, pick your partner, but the things that you just don't expect, like the funny moments that you're just like, this should not be funny right now, but it is. Like, there's poo everywhere. It should be funny, but it just is. You gotta laugh at it. And so, like, yeah, just lean into everything, and just, yeah.
I missed my kids' first steps, but technically I did, and I was on FaceTime. It's gonna be hard. Like, I've had my moments, you know, like, I really miss my kids. I don't want to go to work today. And then sometimes it's like, hey, can you hold over for me for like 4 hours? I want to spend like 4 more hours with my kids, like on Christmas Day. Like, sure, yeah, just communicate that. And just like, you know, just have those conversations.
I'm surprised you didn't have dad trip the kids so you can be there. And
they also, they also bring them to the station. Like, I grew up in that environment. So those were actually those are the best moments.
Yeah. Getting right on fire.
Yeah, and I got more toys, you know, from my uncles and stuff. Exactly. But yeah, and I also taught them, I was taught like to give back too at an early age, and giving back toys. So just try to incorporate this new life of, if you do decide to become a mother or a father in the fire service, that there's all different dynamics, and there's other ways to come about it. And you will get frustrated, but you will overcome it. It will get better, I promise.
In Alco, do you guys have the tradition that any time of the day that a kid comes to visit, they get a cup of ice cream?
No, we have too many healthy people. We don't have ice cream stations.
It's not always it. We get a lot of ice cream during
recruitment. Yeah.
Well, any kids that come in, so my son, like any kids that come in, somebody will grab my ice cream. But hey, kid, you want ice cream? It's 10 o'clock in the morning. You stop by to grab something. You're like, no.
Yeah, Oakland was a popsicle.
Yeah,
Oakland, you got pops. Popsicles.
Which made my kid always want to be. He's like, can we show up at the firehouse? I'm like, no.
I know what you're after, son.
It's fun.